Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, so I want to talk about something that's not Ukraine today. And Zelensky asking for planes and missiles and naval ships and aircraft carriers and submarines and all the stuff that I talked about this morning. Okay, if you didn't see some of the naval stuff, there's a link under the video, the second one I think it was, that I posted there on what he's asking. But I bet you the title to this one threw you for a curve. Yeah. Uh, every prepper channel, including me, is telling everybody constantly, buy precious metals, buy precious metals, buy precious metals. Gold and silver primarily, but if you want to go out and buy palladium or platinum or whatever, go for it. Okay. But I thought this one would be kind of fun for some information for you guys just to understand. Now, if I asked you, where does gold come from? Most of you guys would say, most everybody, including me, okay, would have said, well, we mine for gold, we dig it out of the earth, right? Except, how did it get to the earth? Okay, past the tip of the nose. You know how I like to do this on everything. It's like, let me just take it one step further. Gold is not created by pressure or anything like that the earth does or anything, like talk about oil and coal and how it's made in diamonds or whatever it would be. Okay. Gold is actually interstellar space dust. That's where it comes from. Gold is something that came from outer space. It's from basically supernovas exploding. Okay. And I'm not going to get into all the scientific crap on it because 99% of it I don't understand. Okay. But gold is not of this earth. And so what has happened is over the millions or billions, however many years Earth has been around, gold has trickled in as dust and settled in onto the soil of the United States, of the world. And because gold is a heavy metal, it has continued to sink and sink and sink and sink. And so that's the reason why we need to mine for it, because over the millions and billions of years that the earth has been around, the gold has sunk into the earth. There's something like, estimates are like there's 160 million tons or billion tons, astronomical numbers, of gold that is at the earth's core. Okay, that obviously we can't get to. When anybody dig to this thing, Jules Verne, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Maybe that was to go on a gold mining expedition. I don't know. But to give you the idea of how much gold is in the world right now that we have actually extracted from the earth, if you took all the gold in the world, melted it down, you would fill about 3.5 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's it. Okay. Gold's value is in its scarcity. We all know that. Okay. There's just not that much. You think about what some of these countries have, you're like, oh my God, 20,000 tons that China's rumored to have or whatever. That's a lot of gold. Not really. Okay. Not in the big picture. So I wanted to give you this. There is an asteroid that is in between Mars and Jupiter. I think that's the Kuiper Belt. I'm not sure. Okay. And most asteroids are a lot of dirt and some ice, or a lot of ice and some dirt. But there's one there that's called Psyche 16. That is a metallic asteroid. And according to the Jet Propulsion Lab and NASA, okay, they assume there is enough gold and other precious metals on this one asteroid that's worth about $700 quintillion. Give you an idea. That would be enough to give every single human being on the planet about $100 billion at today's prices. Now, you got to think about this. If somebody comes and floods the market, if all of a sudden there's however many millions of tons of gold that is, that causes the price to go down. Gold is no longer scarce. Okay, now gold is worth what sand is worth or something like that. That's what I'm saying. Could gold ever go to zero? Yes, if we ever were able to mine this asteroid and bring it back. Okay, but what would be the point? Because if you mine it and bring it back and then it's worthless. Okay, getting my point. All right. So you look at this and go, hey, it's science fiction. Okay, not going to happen. Except NASA is launching a probe. It was supposed to go last year, but there was about a year delay. It's supposed to go up in October now to 16 Psyche, to this asteroid, to explore it. Okay, not to go mine it or anything like that, but to see what's actually in there. All right. Could they bring some back? Oh, you know they're going to bring some, I don't know what you want to call it, soil samples back? Sure. Could anybody ever mine this thing? It might cost a lot of money, and like I said, it would wind up worthless. Don't put it past Elon Musk to do something crazy like this, you know. Hey, I want to go get some gold. Let's send this to tens of millions of miles away and go get some gold off of here. Sure. He's probably the only one he's the only one that might have the resources to do it, and the only one crazy enough to do it. Okay. But then you got to think about it. It's like, all right, you got to get there. You got to mine it. Okay. And this isn't like that Bruce Willis movie or whatever it is where they're going to take the space shuttle to an asteroid. I forget what the name of the movie was, you know, and set a nuclear bomb off or whatever. But then you got to mine it. Then you got to figure out how to bring it all back. Okay. It might take a little bit of time. I mean, the probe that we're sending, they figure is going to take a couple of years to get to this asteroid. Okay. But could it ever happen if they decide to bring some of this back? What would happen? Yeah, gold would be worthless. It ain't happening in our lifetime, guys. I will say that flat out. Okay. You know, there's science fiction writers and people out there that are saying, you know, hey, this could happen in 50 years or whatever. And you stop and think about that and you go, okay, let's go back 50 years. What did that be? 1973. Okay. We put a man on the moon, what, 69? So that's 53 years ago. In 50 years, we've gone from putting a man on the moon to what? We haven't even got to Mars yet. Ain't no way we're going between Mars and Jupiter and mining a asteroid and bringing gold back and making everything worthless. Okay. Just something fun I wanted to let you guys know about in regards to gold. Maybe cocktail party conversation or something to stump your kid with. But yeah, could gold go to zero? Not in our lifetime. Enjoy the day. Pinball out.